Hi, this is Larry Zorro for an edition Garden Fantastic. I'm advertising my book. I haven't done much advertising, but I really don't need much advertising because word of mouth. People will know immediately whether, that book was good enough and all that hype you put on it. Was it really true? I'm saying it's true. I'm using the technique. Gardens without hay bales. The hay pillar technique I show in this book. It is quite a book. I just got done revitalizing a pillar. It only took, about 15 minutes, because most of it was going to where the hay is and putting it in a little bucket and taking it over there and doing the technique that I explain very well in the book, how to do it in a pillar. And I wanted to show you my garden, how it's doing right now. I'm not really doing anything big this year. I got other plants, but I'm going to have tomatoes, and right now I'm going to have spinach. And one thing about this kind of gardening, the plants just take off when the weather is right. It'll just take off. And like I plan to do some cucumbers especially. I like to juice cucumbers, and they did so fantastic in the fall. And it defies description. It really does. I think I showed some pictures in my book on that. Lots of pictures in the book. I'm kind of amazed I was able to make the copy, the printed copy of the book for only $6.50. I'm kind of amazed. It's black and white pictures, but pictures may not be so huge. But I'm kind of amazed I got all those pictures in there. It's identical to the Kindle edition. We'll have colored pictures, and that's real $4.99. How you're going to be able to buy a pot for that much this year? And I show you how to do it in a wire technique. But anyway, there are benefits that you'll get if you click on Larry Zorro's channel on YouTube. You'll see other benefits because I'm going to show you what I know, and the techniques work so fine with hay gardens without bales. One of the things I want to show you, I showed you in the last video how to get a start, how to get a real start on the with lights. And I showed you how to make these bucket lights, and you use like a 60-watt bulb. If it's real cold, maybe 100 in the bigger plastic containers. But I found out that they do leak in a lot of rain. When the rain comes, they will leak and the bulb will go out, and you don't want that to happen. So I just found an easy solution of putting another bucket on top of it. That's right. And I'll show you a picture of that. Just put another bucket on top of there. You should really cover the bucket with black plastic and use a white bucket, and then when you have screwing your light in there, it'll reflect all that light. But the thing is, the water, when it rains hard enough, it'll go through the tiny hole you put in there for the cord. It'll go through there, and your bulb will just burn out. Well, I'm ready for spinach. I'm ready. The technique that you use for your spinach is when you thin them out, don't throw them away. Put them in your food. Pick them up, pick them out, and thin them out. And just do it a little at a time. Whenever you need some, put it in with your food. If you're cooking beef, put it in with your beef. And it'll taste good, and you'll be using it. And here, look at my tomato plants. They're healthy. They got a good start. I got 5 of them. I can have 5. Tomato plants, they're easy. Tomato plants, once they get started, you can just take a spoon or something, and when they get big enough, just dig them out and put them into another, hay pillar. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be putting seeds in every one of them. That's ridiculous when I can just transplant them. They love to be transplanted. They're one of the few plants that do. And that's about all I got to show you today. If you're new to hay pillar gardening, I would recommend the book. Not just because I wrote it. It's because it works. You can buy a lot of books, and I wonder why mine don't look as good as his. And well, anyway, you'll find out. you'll find out that it's a photographer that did all that work of the pictures that they put in some of these books. Mine are actual pictures you'll find in the book of my own garden, and I'll show you some in my own videos. They're my pictures. They're not somebody else's photography. And the last thing I want to show you, what my garden looks like right now, because I haven't really worked on it at all. You know, this springtime, I should have been, if I really wanted a big garden. I don't this year, I got other things to do. But anyhow, it looks like a monstrosity. But, you know, easy to revitalize all those pillars. But I had a neighbor come over the other day. I could just see his look. Whoa, well, that's strange. Oh, my, what's he doing? Yeah. I have to get my book to find out what I'm doing. I explain the techniques, and it's not something you just look at and, oh, I can figure this out. I can figure it out. Yeah, well, how are you going to make that hole? How are you going to make the hole in the pillar where you fill it up with dirt? There is a right way, and there are wrong ways to do it. And I explain the whole techniques about how added depth to your pillars causes your plants to grow garden fantastic. I probably should have named it that. The book Garden Fantastic. I called it Hey Gardens Without Bells because I'm known for my books on bells. You can learn a lot of techniques. You might even learn how to do this. You know, it's almost close to it. And except, you know, I use a wire cage instead of, a twine and a bell. But you still got to know how to make that hole. There's a hole in there. You just don't drench a bunch of fertilizer in there and then you use your fist to put a hole into it to grow something or grow right into it. I don't know how that works. I don't care to know how it works. I know I have a method that works for me and it works for everyone else. And this book is Garden Fantastic. No, it's actually Hey Gardens Without Bells with the breakthrough method of hay pillar gardening. That's right. This is Larry Zorro. Take care. Hey, happy gardening. See you later. Goodbye.